Patrick, we talked last month about the Entity Relationship Diagram Challenge, the ERD Challenge. Posted on the forum, you asked for people to contribute, and we announced the winner during a community call this month. First of all, were you happy with the submissions, and can you just talk about the winners and why they were chosen?
Yeah, it was a fun community activity for us to do. We had a clear need in our community to have an entity relationship diagram that could describe the OMOP Common Data Model in a way that could really fully represent the entire structure that we've been working with as a community. And so it was really exciting to see so many submissions from the community. I want to thank Vishnu, Maxim, Fabricio, Roger, Renska, and TJ for all of their submissions. Ultimately, Claire Blackadder and the CDM committee that decided on the winners actually chose two, which are now going to be important community contributions for our OMOP CDM. The best printable ERD award was for Renska Los and Martin Schumi, who provided a really nice PowerPoint-based schematic of the OMOP CDM in a very colorful and rich way that's very nice to print out on a big poster. And Vishnu Chandrabalan's submission was selected as the best interactive ERD tool. He used the tool Schema Spy as a way to actually allow you to drill down and explore the OMOP CDM in a way that we actually haven't had the capability to do before. I think this is a really nice demonstration of how the OMOP CDM can be supported by the entire Odyssey community to come together to think about the best ways to represent and share knowledge as we develop it.
Besides announcing the winner of that challenge this month, we had the great year in review discussion. Certainly, a lot happened in the Odyssey community in 2022, and the full presentation that you gave on December 10th is available in this newsletter. December 13th is available in this newsletter. But it still would be nice to kind of go over a few of the highlights and what stood out for you. And I like the way you did it in that community call. So let's do it the same way in terms of highlighting activities, accomplishments, and publications over 2022. So let's start with activities. What stood out to you in terms of the community activities in 2022?
Yeah, we have a lot to be proud of here in 2022 as an Odyssey community. We were able to accomplish quite a lot and created a bunch of community engagement opportunities that really were quite fruitful. In 2022, we had our first Phenotype February, where we were able to actually focus on the key problem of phenotype evaluation, development evaluation. And every day in February, we were able to actually make real progress towards developing phenotypes. And I think we learned quite a lot. We accomplished a lot. And I think we also activated a lot of members in the community to think more carefully about that problem space, and that's something I hope will continue next year. We had our first DevCon this year, and that was really great to bring together our open source community, both to think about what we have been developing and how we can instill more development contributions, but also about where we can go as an open source community. And then, of course, we're finally able to get back in person to hold multiple Odyssey symposia. We had our Odyssey Europe meeting in Rotterdam in the Netherlands. We had our global meeting in Bethesda, Maryland, and we had our Odyssey APAC meeting in Taipei. And all of those were great opportunities to see the community coming together in person to share what research they'd done and to talk about how they could forge new collaborations moving forward.
Really was a treat to be back in person this year, and hopefully that is that's the standard moving forward. How about accomplishments? What stood out this year?
Yeah, it was a really productive year in terms of us developing tangible outputs for the community by the community. Just to highlight, for example, in open source development, our Hades packages are now up to version 1.6, and we saw throughout the year major releases of many of the core packages throughout the Hades ecosystem with a lot of development contributions from a wide range of contributors. We also saw that Atlas had a major release and is now up to version 2.12. So we really are maturing the set of tools that are available for conducting analyses to generate reliable evidence. We also saw this year 5 major vocabulary releases so that we can continue to evolve and expand our data standard. And then the Our Journey publication that you authored, Craig, that really was a great demonstration of the expansion and the impact of the Odyssey community. When we look at users of the OMOP Common Data Model, we now see that we have over 450 sources in 41 countries, conservatively representing over 928 million unique patient lives. And that really represents a great opportunity for us to think about how do we translate that real world data into reliable evidence that patients can make good decisions based on.
In terms of publications, there's over 110 this year, and it was easy to track because of the publication dashboard that Paul Nagy and Star Lu and the Johns Hopkins team. So certainly there's a lot to discuss, a lot to be excited about. Do you want to talk about just a few of the publications from this past year?
Well, I think what's really exciting about looking across the Odyssey community and the work that we published in scientific journals throughout the year was the breadth of contributions we made in a wide array. And we had a lot of different methodologic contributions, whether it be in informatics journals like the JAMIA, JMIR, JBI. We saw statistical contributions made, whether it be on causal inference or patient-level prediction, and in journals like BMC, Medical Informatics and Decision Making, BMC Medical Research Methodology, drug safety, pharmacoepidemiology and drug safety, clinical epidemiology. We also saw some of the evidence getting out in general medical journals like BMJ, Lancet Digital Health, Nature Communications, as well as specialty clinical journals like Diabetes, Obesity and Metabolism, Epilepsy, Lancet Infectious Disease. Really, the footprint of Odyssey is being felt across the scholarly space. And I think it was really great to see also that there were over 730 new authors contributing to an Odyssey-based publication in 2022, which really shows that our community is making great progress, but is continuing to grow and have a broader reach that I'm really excited to look forward to seeing even more in 2023.
If anybody wants to see any of those publications, the publications dashboard is available on the front page of odyssey.org. So please do check out some of the great work that our community produced in 2022. We now can turn the page to 2023. We will resume community calls on January 10th with kind of a look ahead to what the Odyssey community is hoping to accomplish this coming year. Those community calls will go on every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Links to the call invites will go out this week. Obviously, you can also find the link on our community calls page. Looking forward to seeing what we accomplish as a community together in 2023. But until then, Happy New Year, Patrick, and looking forward to what's ahead.
Happy New Year. Science!